In today's 26 Minutes Dakar, we welcome you to Peru for the 2013 event. We'll be at scrutineering, where we learn the competitors in the car class, but which famous faces can be victorious. In the bikes, Dakar will not have fellow KTM rider Mark Coma to fight with. Maybe Honda can take the fight to KTM. The truck fight will once again be between Holland and De Roy versus Russia and Kamaz. But who is best prepared? In the news, we'll discover the more unusual stories from scrutineering. We have all the action on this all-new 26 Minutes Dakar. Welcome to Peru. Welcome to Lima. Welcome to the 2013 Dakar Rally. After a flamboyant finish to last year's rally, we return to the Pacific coast of South America and the capital of Peru. Lima is known as the City of Kings and attracting people from around the world with its cathedrals and monuments. The third country visited by the Dakar on South American soil promises yet another exciting battle straight from the start. Before taking on the dunes, competitors of the Dakar could enjoy the fantastic scenery of Lima before gathering beside the Pacific Ocean for scrutineering. And a very special guest came to launch the Dakar festivities, the President of Peru, Ollanta Humala, who was welcomed by event director Etienne Levine before having a walk around the Dakar village.
I remember from last year.
Peru is in a situation of economical growth, and tourism has become a major asset for our country. A notorious event like the Dakar helps Peru to become an even bigger tourist destination.
A fine start to the Dakar, an event that still grows internationally every year.
La Mongolie, la Zambie, des
We have
Colombiens,
Mongolia, we have Zambia, Colombians, Venezuelans. 53 nationalities will be present. That's a record in terms of foreign participation. It's fabulous to see this international fervour. On the South American soil, the Dakar has settled in well. People come to do the Dakar, and we're delighted.
So to the 2013 route, 3 different countries this year, starting in Lima in Peru. The danger of the deserts initially before heading over the border, briefly into Chile, and then over the Andes into Argentina. That is where we'll have our rest day. In San Miguel to Cordoba, then into the deserts once again of Fiambula, Copiapo in Chile, and then down to Santiago, where we will finish after 14 stages.
It's going to be a tough start with lots of sand and dunes in Peru. We'll have the desert with off-road portions. It's going to be demanding a real challenge with troubles in the dunes and the sand. Those who are not ready will certainly suffer.
Previously in the bikes, the world's toughest rally is even harder on a 2-wheel machine. In 2012, we saw some huge accidents. Keeping out of trouble were Cyril Desprez and Mark Coma.
We have
the same machine and we have the same speed. And indeed, for the first week, they traded 2-minute gaps, all the time getting away from their rivals. We are the leaders, but it doesn't have any meaning now, halfway through. Week 2, and the pressure was on. They both had 3 wins, they both wanted 4. Then the terrain hit back. Desprez dived into the mud. And on the penultimate day, Mark Coma got lost. Imen Depré would be victor, but what a fight! After the battle we had with Marc Comer for 6,000 kilometers, it's actually just a relief to finish. A huge number of bikes gathered in Peru for scrutineering. Some familiar faces, some less well-known names. Cyril Depré unusually carries a number 1 into his 12th Dakar start. I'm here very confident, having tested against the rivals in November. The competition will be tough and rude. The young are really pushing now, but I'm still here, as always. The KTM Red Bull team are in really good shape. Having alternated victories with Depré since 2005, this was Marc Comer's year. But the Spaniard crashed out of the Morocco rally in October, damaging his shoulder, and despite initially playing up hopes, Comer will not take the start. It's a really difficult moment. Until the last very second we tried to take part, but we have to be realistic. My physical condition is not good enough to race in the Dakar, but when you do everything you can, you just have to accept it. Now, I'm here to help the team. Comer's KTM has already arrived when he decided to withdraw, meaning the ride became free. American all-rounder Kurt Caselli was the man invited to mount Marc's machine.
I need to talk to you about Dakar. And I said, what car? And he said, no, Dakar. And I said, oh, what about it? Well, you know, Marc got hurt and there's a spot open and they want to know if you want to do it. And I thought about it for maybe a second and I said, yeah, I want to go. And he said, okay, well, you know, I got to give him an answer today and I'll let him know that you're in. And I said, okay, awesome. And I hung up the phone. It was maybe a minute-long phone call. And as soon as I hung up the phone, I went, oh, man. I might be going to Dakar. Take it all in, taking it in.
The challenge for KTM comes from a new manufacturer, Honda. Leading the team, Helder Rodriguez, third on last year's rally. It's been a while since I've been doing the Dakar, and I'm now starting to gain some real experience. And I'm taking that experience and using it to develop the bike and make both me and the bike much better. Supporting Rodriguez should have been top riders Zanol and Sunderland, but both were injured, meaning responsibility lies with American Johnny Campbell and Javier Pizzolito. Leading the works Husqvarna Speed Brain squad is Spaniard Juan Barreda. 2012 Dakar, he rode at the same pace with legends Comer and Depré, and come here as a real rival. Chilean team Rugal have star rider Chilico Lopez aboard a KTM. No more Aprilia means he'll ride a bike similar to his main rival. My target is to arrive in Chile without making any mistakes, without crashing, and in front. In the Yamaha stable, Olivier Pan leads the team. Much development has been going on behind closed doors, and he is incredibly excited. Am I the new Depré? I don't know. I'm just trying to enjoy it. If the pleasure is here, I hope to goes like 2011. But this time, I want to race until the end and get a top 5 result. If we manage it, once we're in the top 5, maybe we can expect more. But right now, I just want to arrive to pleasure. French team, Sherco, have 2 new riders and a brand new bike. They hope this will bring them much closer to their main, larger manufacturers. This is an interesting challenge to get this bike into the top 10 in its first rally. It's a record entry in the quad class of 2013. 40 riders from 13 different nations, led by 2009 winner Marcos Patronelli. I don't have my brother. Alex is not here this year. It was his decision, he didn't want to race. 1 year will pass and probably he'll be back in 2014. But for me it's a big change because with my brother we had a family team. I don't have him, I don't have that. So I'll have to try and find some other friends to race and have some good stages together. Competition will come from fellow Argentine Thomas Maffei. A stage winner on last year's Dakar, he surprisingly led most of the first week. Perhaps luck will be kinder this year. Carrying the local hopes home to Chile will be Autogasco's Ignacio Caselli. Riding the preferred Yamaha, he'll need a real step up to be fighting with the best. One man to look out for could be Dubai-born Dutchman Sebastian Husseini. 7 times winner of the Desert Challenge, he is no stranger to racing in dunes.
I've been wanting to do this race for a very long time. Always it's been a little bit difficult financially, and finally this year everything came together. You know, I got a great offer from our team in Holland, and we've prepared very hard, and we're here finally.
The link is Kees Koelen. The Dutch rider needed training on riding a quad for his new challenge, and Husseini was the man to do that.
It's quite simple, you know. I did a motorbike and I finished that, and if I finish something then the goal is achieved. So then I tried to build my own buggy, the one Jurgen and Tim are driving now. It took us 3 years, but the buggy's very good and we finished. So I thought what to do now. So there's 2 things to go. There's a quad and a truck. So the quad is the most difficult, so let's do that first.
Coming next, we check out who stars in the cars. While scrutineering is a serious business for competitors, it's a perfect chance for the Peruvian public to get close to the stars and machines of the Dakar. As per usual, it was a carnival atmosphere down in the Dakar village. Previously in the car race, week 1 of 2012 saw a fascinating battle between the Hummers of Robbie Gordon, Nasser Al-Attiyah, and the Mini Clan led by 9-time champion Stefan Hansel. It was played out on the tracks of Argentina and the sands of Chile, and became a battle and war of words in the bivouac.
No, it's to kick their ass.
We really need to have a perfect race every day. No mistakes, at the limit. While the battle got physical, the previous champion dropped back. Al-Attiyah nearly rolling. Eventually, the car would just break and run out of cam belts and retire.
Game over.
Quietly, South African Giniel de Villiers had a stellar run to 3rd in his new Toyota. But the fight would be German efficiency versus American brute. For Gordon, it was too much to handle.
Get ready for 2013. We'll be back stronger, better.
Hansel would make it 10 Dakar wins. It's incredible when you think how hard it is to win 1 Dakar. I have won 10. It's amazing. In the car section, it may look like the same old story, but under the surface lies a raft of rule changes that may really affect the race outcome. 4-wheel drive machines now have a larger restrictor and must run production engines, meaning they lose up to 100 horsepower on their 2-wheel drive rivals. The BMW could be penalised most because they had the best prototype engine with the most development, so they will probably go back more than the others. This is definitely better for the buggies, as the restrictor is bigger for them. So the 2013 Dakar may not be so simple, but the favourite is still the same. Stefan Pederhansel will again drive the green Mini. Since the 10th victory from last year, it's really now a bonus for me, so we compete now for pleasure. With a really good car, a good team, we plan to go faster, but for fun. This year, all the races went like a dream, no technical problems at all. And so we're really calm now about the reliability of this car. Both Mini teammates Roma and Holovcic remain ambitious and hungry to improve. Roma was runner-up in 2012, whilst Poland's Krzysztof Holovcic took his first stage win, and he knows how to succeed.
You must keep the speed from the beginning, not that you stay watching, it's too late. Always pushing, but have some percentage in your pocket, in your possibility, not really fully. And if you are on the good position all the time with this kind of speed, you gain a lot.
Robbie is back with the mighty Hummer after disqualification in 2012. Not only does he want to beat the Minis, he wants to humiliate them. The war of words has already begun.
Did they paint them pink this year? The Minis are obviously finely tuned little race cars for a bunch of girls. We only came here to win. You know, come here to finish. You know, you say, oh, I want to finish the Dakar. We've done that before. We want to win, and we want to prove that we have the fastest cars in the rally.
A great surprise came with the announcement that two previous champions would return in a new buggy to fight with Gordon and the Minis. Nasser Al-Attiyah drafted in Volkswagen engineer and Demon Jeffries to build this Corvette-powered two-wheel drive buggy.
The chassis is very strong, wheel very strong, suspension strong, and just we need to be really strong in the technical side to have a reliable car. This is the reason why I have buy a lot of spare part to keep the cars in a good shape.
Alongside Nasser El Matador, Carlos Sainz. The Spaniard, the Red Bull half of the deal, just couldn't turn down the opportunity to be back and fighting with the world's top rally raiders. Concentration, he says, is key, as well as the buggy's superior pace on the flat-out sections of Dakar. With the new rules, this could be the two-wheel drive's best chance of victory. South African's Giniel de Villiers finds himself at Toyota, trying to conquer the Dakar. The Hilux, built specifically to four-wheel drive 2013 regulations, finished a solid third in 2012, and since has been improved significantly. Remember this? Well, Frenchman Gerland Chichery is back. No, I haven't changed. His formidable, crazy personality certainly hasn't changed, proven by what he's been up to between Dakars. The first unassisted backflip. I made a mistake, I know that. I fight, and now I come back, and I think I'm more ambitious than ever. He'll drive a new, for 2013, SMG buggy. It's always fun when you see these cars sliding around and jumping in the dunes. It sort of suits my style, and I don't have to change. It will be efficient when I drive this, as long as I drive calm, so I think we have a good chance on this Dakar. It's been a great year for ladies rider Laia Sainz. The world's trial and world enduro champion is in her second year on the Dakar with Wurt's Gas team, and should certainly be the fastest female on the rally. The team is still relatively small. Laia is riding with a broken foot, but there's an air of confidence. The one-seater class has major stars, ex-MotoGP rider Jurgen van der Gerberg and Dutch TV star Tim Coronel.
We did solo the first time 2010, 2011, 2012, but we improved the car a lot. It's supposed to be more quick, we have better tires. No, we're really, really happy, and yeah, hopefully we do a top 25.
Much excitement surrounded Rindvol's 2000 entry with their X-Works Mitsubishi Lancer powered by a new Ford engine. Their star driver, Bernard Ten Brinker, however, will not take the start. He stays at home after a personal tragedy. The 4-car race to recovery team is something we'll hear much more of over this rally. Made up of injured service personnel from the UK and the US, it started with just 2 mates having some fun. But with backing from Land Rover, they have a huge challenge on their hands.
Really, one is to finish the Dakar Rally, which in itself would be a win for us. The second is to inspire other people with injuries and disabilities and difficulties in their lives. Thirdly, we wanted to help our other wounded servicemen and women by fundraising for charity for Help for Heroes and Tedworth House.
In 2012 was an incredible rally for the trucks when finally the pendulum swung towards the Dutch De Rooij team. After 2 years of injury, Gerard took victory, and with an unchanged team and truck, he comes into 2013 relaxed about his chances of victory.
For me, for last year was also was more important or mentally for me, because the year before I broke my back, and then if you start again, then the pressure for me myself was higher than now. So the cards are all again on the table. So let's see in the first week what's possible.
Once again in the team, De Rooij's uncle Hans Stacey has a much improved truck to fight for his second victory. Not simply in the team to make up the numbers, he wants to sweep the Kamaz off the podium. To do that, he'll need the compliance of WRC champion Mickey Biazion, the third leg of a very strong Iveco tripod. As always, the main rivalry will come from the Russian Kamaz team. Eduardo Nikolaev was disqualified from last year's rally, but the man he used to mechanic for, Vladimir Chagin, has made him the team leader. Chagin is the new boss. Nikolaev has a tough role to fill. There will be a great battle between De Rooij and Kamaz. We have 4 crews and De Rooij have 5. But we must remain calm. We have to be sure of our strengths, and everything will be okay. It was Irat Mardiev who took the most recent victory of the team on the 2012 Silkway Rally. He didn't finish the 2012 Dakar, but hopes to carry the weight of Russia on his shoulders. It may well be this man, Artur Advicius, who is the fastest Kamaz. Third in last year's rally, he's quietly confident. Anis Loprez in his Tacho will also be a man to keep an eye on. Last year, his rally ended upside down after this impressive crash. "35 years of Dakar history, drama, speed, battles, victories, tears, and cruel defeats. During this 2013 edition, 3 legends of the rally will take you through the event's history. Jackie Ix, Ari Vatanen and Stefan Pederhansel.
We go into the unknown.
High school of life, university of life.
C'est le plus beau
It's the
souvenir
greatest
de toute
moments
ma
of my
carrière,
career.
tout simplement.
I come from literally from the Black Valley of Death, and there I was in the sunshine in La Crosse, having won Dakar running.
Des histoires comme ça, il y
Stories
en
like
a
that, there are
des
thousands.
milliers.
Le Dakar,
I
je
dreamt of
rêvais
just
tout
doing
simplement
the
d'y
Dakar.
participer.
Vous ne pouvez pas
You can't
tricher
cheat
avec
with yourself.
vous-même.
Professionnellement
Actually,
parlant, c'est la
it's
plus
my
belle
greatest
victoire.
victory.
J'ai souvent dit de lui que
I
c'était
often said he was a sadist organizing a race for masochists.
C'est sûrement
It's certainly the
une des
stage
étapes
when I
les plus
attacked the
compliquées de
most.
ma carrière en rallye.
Tomorrow is the first stage of the rally, a short 13-kilometre blast on the outskirts of Lima. It will act as a shakedown for many. Will Peder Hansel hold on to the lead in the cars? Desprez take control of the bikes. And Deroy command the trucks. Find out as we head south to Pisco when the Dakar adventure continues.